Bro, gotta get the game starting first. If I can get it done. Brett, what game I play? It's just beer chat, normal beer chat. If I can get this started, we might need to upgrade. Might need to. Let me just get the drivers I have. Free Diddy. Alright, bro. Oh my days!
Subscribe or I will touch you. Tonight's the night.
You really think you can escape? I'm gonna hunt you down. Listen here, lil' bro, turn you into a real bunny. I love when you're around, but I fucking hate when you leave.
Want boots like your favorites?
If you use this sound, your video will either get 1,000, 10,000, or 100,000 likes. If you don't believe me, then try it yourself. If you use
Frick you!
I'm sorry. It was just a joke. I'm sorry.
With our legs.
Okay, do it.
Oh! No! No!
We made NPCs that lose weight in record time, which is a shame because this was our most requested feature and it took months to implement. Because before this, NPCs needed to behave realistically when they're pushed around. They needed to leak a bit when they're cut, and for some reason our devs also thought that they needed to bruise with mesh deformation. That's weird, but after all that work, social platforms didn't let us show you. We made NPCs that lose weight in record time.
Guys, use this.
Turn the comments into a kindergarten fight.
終わったな。どうだった？
私は良かったと思う。本当に長い物語だったけど、伏線も回収されたし、登場人物ともちゃんとお別れできたから。
そう。ミカサは考察サイトを見てないからね。
闇の同士の声が小さくてよく聞こえなかったんだけど。
謎は残されたままだよ。なんかさ、予想通りなんだよね。もっとさ、いい意味で期待を裏切る何かを見せてくれると思うじゃん。
The Attack on Titan movie is the biggest crime in anime history. For example, you remember Captain Levi, humanity's strongest soldier? The movie decided to change things up and remove him. He was replaced with a completely different character called Captain Shikishima. I thought that removing Levi was bad enough, but the show also decided to change Armin's hair color to black. Even worse, turn Mikasa into a friendly and outgoing girl. Speaking of Mikasa, the very last change I'm going to talk about is so horrible, you're gonna throw your phone at the wall and cry yourself to sleep. But let's talk about Levi's replacement in the movie. In addition to the horrible idea of removing Levi, the movie also made his replacement even worse. They decided to give him the ability to turn into a Titan. That literally doesn't make any sense because Levi's whole character is that he hates Titans with a passion. In the anime, omnidirectional gear was created 70 years before the wall was broken down. In the movie, the gear was only invented 2 years after the wall was broken down. But let's move on real quick. The movie decided to make Hanji Zoe the leader of the scout regiment. The thing is, they changed her name to Hans. This name change has got to be one of the dumbest things in the world. In the anime, Hans is also the name of the soldier who saved Eren and also left Eren's mom to die. Talk about confusing.
Wait! No!
But I can't talk about Commander Hanji without talking about some more tech. One change that didn't really make sense in the movie was their addition of vehicles. Yeah, that's right. The director of the movie added in cars, biplanes, and airships. I just have to point out that the added noise from all these vehicles definitely attracted even more Titans. 99% of the people who watched the movie didn't notice this next change. In the anime, Attack on Titan takes place in the Shiganshina district. The fictional town of Shiganshina is inspired by the real-life German town called Nordlingen. In the movie, however, everything takes place in post-apocalyptic Japan. I'm gonna be honest, this change actually kind of makes sense. You see, the producers of the Attack on Titan movie were targeting a Japanese audience. Still, the change sucks because the entire vibe of the movie goes from homey German villages to steampunk-looking factories. If you're a real fan of the anime, you'll know that the Colossal Titan was 196 feet tall. I guess the producers of the movie didn't think that was tall enough because they doubled the height of the Colossal Titan to 394 feet. I get that it's called a Colossal Titan, but dang, they went overboard. Speaking of Titans, this next change is maybe one of the biggest plot holes in the movie. I was watching the movie when I noticed something weird. When Eren first turns into the Attack Titan, he immediately starts attacking regular Titans. Once he kills a couple of them, the rest of the Titans begin to retreat. This is a huge plot hole because according to the anime, Titans don't have self-awareness or self-preservation instincts.
Let that sink in. Titans aren't motivated by hunger as such. They're simply in it for the kill.
Anyways, when Eren suddenly began to attack other Titans in his Titan form, the Scout Regiment was confused. In the anime, they just assumed it was an abnormal Titan.
Just chalk it up as another abnormal.
But in the movie, everybody was somehow able to recognize that Eren was the
Punch,
Titan because of
kick,
his unique
kick.
fighting style.
Punch.
That's a stretch
kick.
if I've ever heard one. Okay, so you know how I mentioned that they renamed Hanji to Hans? Well, it turns out that the movie decided to make it even more confusing and change Hans's name to Sauda. Here's a crazy change that's guaranteed to shock you. After Eren successfully blocked an immense hole in the wall, he fell unconscious and the Attack Titan collapsed. Armin cuts him out, but as he pulls Eren out, he gets a shocking revelation. You're not subscribed to the channel? Hit that subscribe button right now, or I'm gonna turn into a Titan and eat your mom. Okay, but seriously, when they finally managed to pull Eren out of the Titan carcass, something stuck out to me, so I had to rewind. In the anime, there are visible marks under Eren's eyes showing where he was connected to the Titan. But in the movie, they completely missed this little detail. The movie made things even worse by switching up the timeline. As I was watching the movie, something kept bugging me, so I went back to the anime to see what I was missing. I realized that in the anime, it only took Eren and his friends 5 years to join the Scout Regiment. But in the movie, they changed that to 2 years. I was wondering why they made this random change, so I did a bit more research. It turns out that in the Attack on Titan movie, the Scout Regiment was created 2 years after the Colossal Titan's attack. This is completely different from the anime that says the Scout Regiment has been around for over 100 years. I guess the producers were fine with wiping out a century's worth of Scout history, huh?
What should we do about the military history?
No time for that. Focus on the fights over the world building.
You remember how I said there were a couple other changes to Levi? Well, this tiny detail was really annoying, so I just had to include it. In the anime, Levi is known as humanity's strongest soldier because he has the highest Titan kill count. In the movie, they decided to change that phrase to humanity's strongest man. Guys, there's a big difference between strongest soldier and strongest man. Okay, time for 3 horrible changes the movie made to the Titans. In the movie, Titans eat multiple people at the same time. But there's not a single scene in the anime where this happens. Here's 3 examples of people being eaten in the anime, and you can see that they're only being eaten one at a time. When the Colossal Titan first breaks a hole in the wall, it takes him several kicks to do it. But it only took the Titan 1 precise kick in the anime. Okay, the last 2 sucked, but this one has got to be the worst. We all know how Titans work, right? Subjects of Ymir get injected with Titan spinal fluid. This is kind of the whole premise of the entire anime. Well, the movie decided to completely disregard this and introduce a baby Titan. Titans don't even have a reproductive system, so I don't know how this is supposed to work. I think we can all agree that baby Titans aren't that cute, But baby Eren, on the other hand, adorable. You know that in the anime, Eren's parents died when he was 10 years old? They completely changed this in the movie. It turns out that the military police killed both of Eren's parents when he was only 5 or 6 years old. They did this to get rid of dangerous research that his dad had. But enough about Eren, let's focus on Mikasa for a bit. We all know how Mikasa first got her signature red scarf. Eren killed a couple kidnappers and then gave it to her. In the movie, she only gets it the day the outer wall falls, a couple years later. The movie really had to remove one of the best scenes in the anime, didn't they? After joining the scout regiment in the movie, Mikasa kills 10 titans in only half a year. Because of this, many of her fellow soldiers begin to call her the Goddess. If you're a true fan, you'll remember that the Goddess was actually the nickname for Historia Reese in the anime, not Mikasa. Reiner and a couple other guys literally thought she was perfect, which is how the nickname came around.
She's an angel. A goddess. One day my wife.
We all know that Historia and Mikasa were both into Eren. I was shocked to find out that in the movie, Eren and Mikasa are not adopted siblings. They're actually dating.
No way.
In the movie, Mikasa